And we're live. We'll see if anybody shows up. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the live chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines. Okay, YouTube, we'll just do just that. Welcome. We're going to wait for some people to come in. If you're just watching this, you can skip ahead and then skip ahead some more. I don't know when my viewers are online. Somebody's online. This is Vegas story time. What's up, Mr. McCash? How you doing, buddy? I'm in my car because it's hot outside. It's 103 degrees right now, and I don't feel much like cooking to death. Plus, I haven't figured out how to live stream off of a GoPro camera, and that involves a bunch of steps. Thanks for watching. We're going to do Vegas story time plus a Q&A, and let's fix our chat up here. Super chat, member and chat messages. I'm trying to stay cool, Michael. So earlier on, I did a video test and I posted up on my channel, and I said, are you guys really upset when people do stuff like super chat? And people said not really, so I'm doing a super chat. You don't have to give any money. This video is free for everybody, but if you guys want to tip me or ask me a question that you think is real important, you can do that. But we're going to talk to you guys about lost wages, Nevada. I'm going to try to tell you guys some stories, but it would be very helpful if you could. Hello from Temecula on Alfonso Cuevas. What's up, brother? If you guys want to ask me any questions, I can tell you some stories. Ask me anything. That's the way this is. And I'm doing this video because, quite frankly, I'm too lazy to make a video blog today. It's quite involved. I could go ahead and do a whole video on how I actually do my blogs, and that'll show you guys where my video blogs. I use an app on my phone, I use my PC at my house, but right now my wife and I are getting ready for her to do a job this Sunday. She's doing the Miss Fabulous Las Vegas pageant. She's doing the paper flower wall backdrop, and so it's kind of hard for me to get time. Anyways, Vegas story time. I'm trying to think of the best thing I could tell you right now. Oh, I predicted that the former, what's up, buddy? What's up, Johnny Jimenez? Hope I said your last name right. I didn't anglicize it too much. Jimenez with a J, because the J is like pronounced like a different letter in the Hispanics talk it. And same in the Philippines too. So I predicted correctly one day when it was called Echelon Place. Nobody probably remembers Echelon Place. You'd have to really be a Vegas local in order to remember Echelon Place. That was what's going to be Resorts World Las Vegas right now. So I remember one day I predicted that that place was in big trouble. And it was when Coast Casinos, the Boyd Gate, Boyd owns all the casinos in town that are coast, like Barbary Coast, they own that. Then you have the Gold Coast, at one point you have the South Coast, you have the Sun Coast. And I remember when they closed the nice little restaurant over at the Gold Coast and replaced it with a TGI Fridays, and I told my wife, I said, this is total BS. You know that big project they're building where the Stardust was? That's done. And literally 2 weeks later, they were finished. Everybody was out of work. I'm not grinning because they were out of work. It was just interesting that I was able to predict that. I remember how tough that was for everybody because, you know, it was going up and up and up. Now, there was a big giant lawsuit. So I heard the Stratosphere is one of the Vegas worst hotels. Is that true? I don't like the Stratosphere. I don't like the layout of it very much. We went there for a political type event, and I wasn't a big fan of the political type event. Where it was being hosted was in the very back of the Stratosphere, and it just kind of blew going through it. Now, in terms of hotel rooms, it's definitely on the north end of the Strip. It's definitely not one of the best, so you're going to find that it's not the greatest place where you could ever be. It's not the worst. I mean, the worst is probably going to be like Circus, and anything like any of the Seagull Suites hotels are absolutely terrible. My wife and I almost stayed in a Seagull Suites. You stayed there on April 1st through the 3rd. What'd you think of it, Johnny? Tell me what's up, brother. By the way, this is my first chat that I ever did with Super Chat enabled. I really battled with this because I don't want to hustle people for tips. So if you guys feel the need to drop a few bucks my way, do it. And then you guys will have priority. That's how Super Chat works. Nobody is ever going to not get a question answered. Even if it's controversial, I'm a wordsmith. I'll figure out a way to answer your question without breaking YouTube's guidelines. So test me on that if you want. Beg guys. I've seen a lot of depravity. I've seen a lot of crazy things in town. I remember a time when I was over, this was before, I can't say the word, you know that thing that people, it's like a cigarette, but people smoke it, but they don't smoke it, like cigarettes, okay? I remember before that stuff was legal. And I remember standing in front of the Bellagio bus stop, and this guy that looks really like an undercover cop shows up, and he drops a little baggie into the top of a trash can and he runs off, and we're all looking at each other. We're like, I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole. And then a little while later, a guy came by and looks down, and he's like, oh, like he hit the jackpot, because there was no dispensary time, and he grabs it. And like within a few seconds, boom, 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 3 cops jump on the guy. It was a total sting operation. Terribles. I like Terribles. They have a very good restaurant. And I'll get to your question in a minute, Armin. They have a very good little restaurant up there called the Silver Spoon, I think it's called. They have a bingo hall if you like to play bingo. But I think it's smoking. I'm not sure. I don't want to sit in a room full of smoke like that. And other than that, there's nothing there. There's a buffet. They used to have crabs on Saturday nights, and that was really nice, but they got rid of the crab's legs like most buffets did that were not strip buffets. I like them. Probably room-wise, you're looking at not a great experience, but you could always check out a room before you actually pay your money, unless you book online, and then you're kind of screwed. But that's the kind of hotel where you can simply walk up to the front desk, ask to see a room, then go and book it online. That happened to me once at the Wild Wild West, which we'll get to in a second. Armin Pogosian. I'm sorry, Armin. Where are you from, Armin? I'm asking you, Armin, where are you from? And then I'll tell you where I'm from. I say it in my videos, where I'm from. I say it in every one of my videos. Hey guys, where am I from? Originally. If you know where I'm from originally, say so in the comments to help Armin out. I don't think that's the question Armin's asking. Okay. No, what I was asking is your last name, like what entomology? Everybody knows I'm from Canada. That's hilarious. Yes, Alberta, Canada. Specifically a place called Calgary, Canada. Which, Armenian, that's cool. Well, Armin, okay. I didn't know. Because the cyan, it sounded almost Asian. I'm from Canada originally. I'm down here right now. I'm in the process of doing the citizenship thing. So I'm a green card or legal permanent resident holder, and I have to tell you one secret. I'm so honored that I get to live in this country. This is the best place ever. And that's what I'll say about that. HT retracted their message. Yan or Ian, ending all last names are Armenians. Oh, that's good. I didn't know that. That's cool to know. It's kind of like SKI is very Polish. Kirkorian. Are you related to him? If you're related to him, I need to borrow about $10,000. He's from Canada and not leaving Las Vegas. You guys are great. Can you talk a little about work cards? I'm from Atlanta. Hey, Dante, so here's the trick. I haven't worked a straight job in Vegas ever. Well, that's not true. I worked a straight job in Las Vegas when I worked for Westgate Resorts. That was the only job I ever quit without giving proper notice to. That job was not even a deal. I mean, I had to go into an office, fill out some paperwork, and I was hired on the spot. So it's kind of like in a place like anywhere, not just Vegas, not what you know, it's who you know. So it's tough. Work cards are attainable. They're not hard to get. If you ever met a person who works in the clubs, like gentlemen's, I don't want to say words that'll get me banned off YouTube. That's a problem, by the way. The censorship. But if you know that they have to have certain kind of story about some stuff with the timeshare industry that'll make you laugh. Can you talk? Okay, so hey from Atlanta, Dante. Wife won big jackpot, didn't have enough losses to offset her win. We are from Calgary for tax purposes. As her spouse, I have enough losses. Wow. Fitness. Your name is Fitness Scammers? What kind of operation are you running up there in Cowtown? I'm not sure about that question. You may want to consult a lawyer. I don't know. You know that anything that you write, and you're from Canada, when you're from Canada, anything you do, you basically get to claim it on your taxes in the United States. So, what's going on? That's fun. You just randomly died. So, anything that you have on your taxes that, like, you lose, you get to claim. The Canadian Customs and Revenue Agency, I think, lets you claim those losses. And so I can't answer your question because I would be ignorant to do so. How much of a big jackpot did she win? I mean, because I don't even want to know. You guys are hardcore gamblers. I appreciate it. What part of Calgary are you from, Fitness Scammers? I grew up in Forest Lawn and Marlborough. I also lived in Maryland Heights. What's funny is if you watch Fargo on the FX network, it's filmed in Calgary, and they use Maryland Heights Elementary School as a backdrop for a federal building, and I went to that school. Take us to the sheer construction? Which construction, Tom? Can you rephrase that? Know anything about Silver Sevens? I think I also did. Alfonso, did I just answer this? So the Silver Sevens is a hotel that, yeah, I said that, so Alfonso. So the Silver Sevens used to be called the Terribles. It was named after a gas station chain that owned the rights to it from Michigan, or is Illinois, sorry, Illinois. And I like their restaurant there. I've never stayed in the room there. The people there seem really nice. It's not too far off the main strip, and they have unlimited fries with a burger and a $9.99 steak. And their buffet used to have steaks. Whitehorn, 17,000. Oh, I used to take the LRT into Whitehorn. I had my grandmother, before my grandpa passed, she lived in Rundle, across from Sunridge Mall. Oh, look at that, man. HT donated $2. You guys are the best. So, thank you. I did a stream today. It was a terrible experience. I used, thanks, I hope I'm helpful. I used Streamlabs, which is a third-party app, and I figured this out. I'm like, wow. Google is greedy. YouTube is greedy. Now, by the way, I'm grateful for $2. Man, you're awesome. HT tries to support all the local Vegas channels. I found this out. I found out that if you use a super chat, Google takes 30% of your super chat, which makes people really mad. But that's their AdSense take. So if a person had a video and it made $1,000 in ad revenue, they would take 30% of that. So the person would walk away with $700. By the way, if you're curious about that, let me know, because I got some criticism for enabling ads on my channel, which makes me a little bit sad. So the Streamlabs allows people to donate with PayPal, and then it wigged out on me today. It went totally insane, and it totally sucked. Yeah, Tracy's talking about that. It was weird, right? So Streamlabs is a third-party app. They started off just doing Twitch, which is video game streaming, and then they added YouTube. So everybody's telling me, if you want to, do any kind of a thing where people can tip you or ask you questions, use Streamlabs, because money goes through PayPal, you get money right away, and they don't rip you off. You pay a $3 and then I get into the Bellagio where my internet connection just gets decimated in front of those fountains, and my video is flipping. Good golly, Miss Molly. Look at this. And I'm back. I'm back. My video is flipping upside down. It's being stupid on me. And I'm like, Streamlabs maybe sucks. I don't know. I'm not sure. So, what? Hey, HT. What was the what for? Yeah, so what's happening here is I don't know what's wrong, but my YouTube app, I'm using the official YouTube app. It seems to be having a problem. Hi, Steven. Do you have an email address I can get in touch with you directly? Yeah, Travis. It's info, I-N-F-O, like information, at vegasforfreenow.com. That's where I answer all my email. VegasForFreeNow.com is my timeshare site. I have very few emails going there, so I can pay attention to everybody. Info, as in it's a short for information, at VegasForFreeNow.com. And I hope I can help you. There I am, Penny. Thank you so much. So, if you guys have a question, let me think of other Vegas stories I could tell you. This is a story of something I told. So if you had to see it dying on me, so I keep coming back in. So if I disappear, I'm coming right back until I officially tell you I'm in. The most I won in Las Vegas was $8,250 in 2009. I visit Vegas for the shows in the Strip. I gamble more on the Native American casino reservations. Back home, better payouts. I didn't know that. Did you know the Pine Tree 88? Did you know that for the first time ever, a few years ago, California surpassed Nevada for top state in gaming revenues because of the Native American casinos? I said that because Google taking the money. Yeah, I mean, it does take the money. Getting pretty tired of the stream ending. YouTube does take the money, but the thing about it is that what other platform allows you to have the audience? Like, if it wasn't for YouTube, then we wouldn't have the ability to have this audience. We wouldn't have the audience to build. And they put a lot of investment into what they have to do, and so they have to make money. So I'm not one to sit here and demonize YouTube and say they're evil because they're taking a cut of everything. It would be nice. Info at, no, let me see. Can I type it? Maybe I can type it. Looks like I can't type it. Info at VegasForFreeNow.com. So info at Vegas for FOR free FREE now NOW.com. Okay. Any info on Whiskey Pete's? Are they closing their doors anytime soon? I booked a very. By the way, so here's how this works. Now I'm turning into that other guy that banned me from his videos. Yeah, I got banned from a top YouTube from Vegas guy. He doesn't want me commenting on his videos, so I tried to comment on his videos and he banned me. I know he banned me because my chats never showed up. It was a live stream. I booked a trip to Vegas for a few days in December to see what it's like. I've wanted to live there for a year now. It looks amazing. PC Principal. I know where your username comes from, by the way. And if you look on Google, you can find a real-life PC Principal. By the way, my camera's going to be jelly for a little bit. I have to use both hands. Yeah, I posted that video about whether or not you should just buy a house here, or if you should stay here for a little bit. And I think you should just stay here for a little bit. A month or two might not be long enough. You're going to get a very different climate in December than you are any other time of the year. So that's good. I'm glad you're coming, PC Principal. I know where your username is from, and I can't talk about South Park stuff here. I don't think Whiskey Pete's is closing anytime soon. So with that, I would say, like, you know, they're not closing their doors, I don't think, unless you've heard of something. But Prim is a pretty good place. They're so far away. Here's another Vegas story time for you. 3 days, and then it's September. Yeah, it'll be nice in September. Yeah, Johnny, send me an email when you hit me up in Vegas. So Travis, did you get my email address right? It's info at Vegas for FREE now NOW.com. Okay. What was I talking about? I was talking about Whiskey Pete's. Oh yeah. So this was funny. By the way, I feel like I said, like I'm just like that other YouTuber that hustles people for tips. I'm getting more comments. If you guys feel the need to get a comment at the top, it'll stay at the top. The super chat's enabled, so you could do that, but you don't have to. I'm going to answer everything the best of my ability, but anything helps the channel. I appreciate it. I spend a lot more time making videos than I like. I'm going to have to manage my time more, because if the perfect world ever hit me, it would be me, my camera, and a very nice laptop, which I don't have. All I have is a Chromebook, and it does not edit videos at all, period. And I would be out there just making content for this channel and have, you know, 500,000 subscribers and be able to send my wife to the Philippines to be with her family and stuff like that. So, anyways, I had a couple I met once. They were from the United Kingdom, and years ago, I don't know if it's still the same. It was still culturally acceptable to not acceptable. It's still culturally in the mindset of people from the UK to use a travel agent. And so the travel agent booked them at the Terrible's Hotel on Las Vegas Boulevard. It turns out that Las Vegas Boulevard goes all the way down to Prim. So yeah, they were technically on Las Vegas Boulevard, but they were like 60 miles off the main strip. Luckily, somebody at the hotel was nice to them, and they put them at the Terrible's Hotel, which is now the Silver Seven. But, you know, at the time, it was like, I couldn't believe that that happened, and somebody would do them that wrong, you know what I mean? So, let's see what we got here. I hope not. Sometimes I just drive to the state line. Yeah, I mean, you can drive to state line, you can gamble, but by that, you know, you could also go to any of the native casinos in California. You don't have to deal with that. Vegas is putting up a lot of barriers I've seen due to maniacs hitting pedestrians. Yeah, they'll tell you it's for traffic flow, but it's not for traffic flow, it's for terrorism. Oops, I said the T word. I shouldn't say it again. I might get this video nuked or demonetized. Yeah, so a few years ago, during the Miss USA or Miss America pageant, somebody ran into a bunch of people, and it was an American person who was just upset because she had lost her husband or her boyfriend, and she was upset because she came to Vegas and she was homeless at the time, but she had her car and she couldn't go into the casinos, and she went nuts and she ran into some people. And after that, Vegas and the county decided to put up bollards as they're called. And I'm gonna sneeze in a minute, and that's really bad, and I can't sneeze on camera because it's just terrible. Hold on a sec. Oh my goodness, allergies. So now they're doing these barriers. What they do for the barriers is they literally rip out the existing sidewalk, they dig down about 3 feet, and then they put rebar, which is those bars of metal, into there, and then they pour concrete in the rebar, and then they attach the giant barrier that's a steel, like an iron barrier, so you can drive like a truck into those things. But let's be honest here, they're doing that because people in France and stuff have been run over by crazy people. They don't want the same thing to happen in Vegas. At least we're proactive on that. We're not proactive when a crazy person can take his own bags up to the, you know, Mandalay Bay and then do a bunch of damage on October 1st. That messed us up so bad. How would you rate Spring Valley? Well, I'm not sure what you mean. I mean, technically, Spring Valley is pretty big. I like Vegas, so it's nice. I'm not trying to be funny, HT. Spring Valley is pretty big. It's specifically, I think it's, you know, if I'm not mistaken, it's on the east side, the west side. I see a sign often when I'm driving. It says now entering Spring Valley. Between December and January is when I'm planning to move there in apartments. Yeah, that's a good time to come. I mean, the weather's good. Christmas time, holiday season. Give me a thumbs up if you don't like political correctness. Holiday season is nice in Vegas. All the hotels kind of put up holiday trees. I'm trying to be funny. But it's a nice time to move. It's also the coldest time to move, and it'll be 110 by the time that 6 o'clock rolls around. 6 o'clock is the hottest booking, Johnny. I'm not kidding, man. I'm sorry to hear that. That's sad. My friend nearly went to that concert. So please don't think for a half a second that I was making light of the situation. I want to do a proper video on that, and I don't even know how to start. I remember my wife was in the Philippines, and we were in the middle of building a house out there. I got really blessed with work, and I managed to bring like $20,000 that I made just between October, November of one year to January of the start of the next year. No, February. So in that short period, I made $20,000 extra in timeshare doing my job, and I was blessed enough to be able to bring that over to the Philippines. And my wife stayed, and she was building a house out there for our family. And I remember she texted me, or no, she called me on Facebook Messenger. So you got to remember, there's like a 15-hour time delay. And she says there was a shooting at the Mandalay Bay. Now, every time there's a shooting in Vegas, and it does happen more than you think, Yeah, usually it's insignificant. It's, the lot. Some guy shot some person at a bus stop at the Paris. Okay. Or some guy was in the parking garage at the Luxor and he got mad and he shot at another guy. Okay. And so I turn on Fox News and I see that it's maybe serious. And I leave Fox News on and I hear it while I'm sleeping because it was happening late at night, early morning. And I realize this is a seriously bad problem. And I didn't know what to do the next day. Here's my wife. She's over in the Philippines. She's in the middle of construction. A whole entire life tied up in another country. And I've just been told that quite possibly we had a 9/11 type event, not on the same scale, but on the same scariness. What if it was Al Qaeda? What if it was something terrible? And in the end, it wasn't. But I went to work the next day and I thought, what a better way is to just talk to people, get their minds off of what they're talking about, and go to work because I had no choice. You have no choice. It was October 1st. It wasn't hot out. I went to work and I worked as hard as I could. And did I make money that day? Yeah, I made money that day, but it wasn't, I guess, hasn't been the same. And that thing was bad. We tried to donate blood, but there was a 9-hour time wait to donate. Like, I can't get in line for 9 hours. I have a livelihood. And the community really came together. So I am not diminishing anything, but I had a bunch of extra questions. If you guys want your questions to get to the top of the priority, the super chat's enabled. But if you don't, I'm going to answer them all, of course. So, Johnny says, for a living, how would your Spring Valley is like any other place. It's far enough off the strip that you could stay there and be safe, and I think it's a good place to be. Idoji gives me a thumbs up, gives me an LOL. Spring Valley is a nice side of town on the west side. 20K in 5 months. Steve, it's commission only sales, man. I mean, I I did it all by being honest, and that's the funny part. It's like, that's why when some other YouTuber does a video about sideways, funny ways to avoid the timeshare guy, it's like, don't avoid the timeshare guy. Sometimes he's a cool guy. Thanks, Big Mac. Hey, HT. Vegas is like any city. It has hookers might be a problem in Vegas. The only escorts that are readily available are outside of the county, and then they have the massage parlors, which we all know what's going on there, and I have a theory about that. If anybody wants to know the theory, let me know in the comments and I'll tell you my theory. Any updates on the People Mover extension to the Raiders LV Stadium? I have never heard of a People Mover. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't see why they would do it. There's no reason to do it with Uber and Lyft doing it for free. I don't see that the county will invest any kind of money in anything. It's not in the budget, and if it's not in the budget, they find it hard to get money for it. The monorail is not run by the city. It's run by the monorail company. The monorail company just got private funding to post a $10 million repayment to a bond that they have, or else they would have been in big trouble. So that's not even making that much money. And so I don't think that's going to happen. Isn't Spring Valley about halfway between the Strip and Summerlin? If you blast off of the main Strip, Steve, you'll see a sign that says now entering Spring Valley. And then the roads are named like Spring Valley West, Spring Valley East, and stuff like that. Also going next month for football season. If I got you a new Raider hat, would you wear it? Hey, Alfonso, yes, I would wear it. I'll wear the heck out of that hat. I have an unboxing I have to do because somebody was nice enough to send me a GoPro camera, and it was a person in North Carolina, and he sent me 2 of them. They were older, but they were in box. So yeah, heck yeah, I'll wear your Raiders hat. I'll do an unboxing and I'll give you credit for it. If you want to send me a Raiders hat, you can hit me up, info@vegasforfreenow.com, info@vegasforfreenow.com, info@vegasforfreenow.com. Raiders skate. Yeah, I heard the Raiders Stadium is on schedule. Apparently, there's a bunch of drama there, Johnny. Whereas people are in Oakland are saying it's not on schedule to try to create like a idea that maybe it's not going to happen. Happening. I have an anxiety and depression, so doing something like that timeshare seems like it wouldn't be proper. Hey Doji, my friend thinks I'm depressed. He said he's worried about me. I don't know what to tell you. You can have high-functioning depression and live your entire life and be successful and not be totally happy. I know how that is. The rest of my family. Spring Valley is right next to Summerlin. Does YouTube limit streaming time? HT, I don't think it does. I've seen people stream for 10 or 12 hours. So I'm 31 minutes in and I've done longer streams than this before. If you're planning on moving here, Big Mac says, I would say stay away from the east side of town. So here's the trick. If you go far enough east, there's really nice houses. We have a friend who has a very nice house on the very outskirts where the houses basically end on the east side of town. There is an east side of town that sucks. I wouldn't go there, but you can find nice houses anywhere. 2020 draft is in Vegas. I hope we do it better than Nashville, but Nashville did a great job. Are you excited about Resorts World? What new things are you looking forward to on the Strip? I'm excited about the basketball arena coming near the Sahara area. So, hey, the L train. Isn't the L train, is that Chicago or New York City? The L train. There was a character on a TV show called L Train or something back in the 90s, sitcom. I've heard of the AllNet Arena. I don't know if it's going to be built. It is actually an ex UNLV alum that wants to build that, and he has. I don't know if he purchased the land, but it's right next to the old Fontainebleau site, which is called the Drew now, and it's possible that it'll be built, and if it's built, that's great. However, I don't know why an NBA team just used the T-Mobile Arena. When you look at the MGM Grand Garden Arena in New York City, or not the MGM, the Madison Square Garden Arena, which the MGM Grand Garden Arena is a copy of, by the way. But look at Madison Square Garden in New York City. That city That venue will host a hockey game, a basketball game, a Barnum and Bailey circus, and the Westminster Dog Show all in the course of 2 days or 3 days. They'll have like 4 events in 3 days. So you could definitely host everything here if you wanted to. Although the Las Vegas Aces, they play at the Mandalay Bay Event Center because the venue can't be that big because just WNBA. Oh, I'm out of focus. WNBA cannot draw that much people. That's just all it really is. I'm so dark now. Let me see if I can get myself from being less dark. Okay, less dark. Here I am. So no tailgating in Vegas, I heard. Oh wait, hold on. Yes, there's an L train in Chicago. There you go. Thank you, Idoji. I don't know if it's true or not, but I was wondering if you could find out. I heard that they're supposed to be resurfacing. Yeah, they are. It's a big plan. It's going to take them like a year and a half, 2 years, and they're doing it in phases. So they're going to notify the businesses, and then they're going to shut it all down at nighttime and do the resurfacing. So no tailgating in Vegas, I heard. Probably. I don't know. The thing is, alcohol is just as free as anywhere else to walk around with. You can walk around with alcohol on any street in all of unincorporated Clark County, which is where Vegas Strip sits. So people will probably buy alcohol and then tailgate all the way up to their stadium. They just don't want tailgating. I did this in one of my videos. I covered it, and it's because they are worried about, you know, safety, dehydration, riots, fights. The city of Vegas would have a big black mark on the city if people were fighting and feuding. Steve Rennie says the L train is, it's more like a monorail. The Las Vegas Monorail Company is a joke. I know, right? I'm impugning myself. Oops, there we go. Oh, there we go. So I remember when that place opened up, or when the monorail opened up, it was brought to you by Bombardier, which is a Canadian company. Oh, look, I get lighter this way. And they bought it from Bombardier, and that company said, hey, let us hook it up for you. Let us do it for you. And they're like, no, we don't need that. We just wanted the train. And so for like a year straight, when they were testing it, wheels were falling off, doors were opening randomly. They ran it with no profit for a year because they couldn't put people on it. So, yeah, that's an L train right there. Oh man, what else do we want to talk about today? Vegas stories. I know somebody, oh, Vegas wants to change Raiders color and logo, I heard. Johnny, what do they want to change it to? I like the color purple, but that's not really a Vegas color. Gold, that's a Vegas color. I love the Vegas Golden Knights logo, by the way. Go Knights, go. Do I have a hat in here? Oh, look at that. I always have something. There you go. Boom, buddy. I bought this after they lost for $10. But I did buy my Western Conference champs once for $35 the day that they won that. Does Vegas really have fast internet? Every time I search best status states for internet. So I posted on my social feed. You might want to, if you go community, you go to my channel, click on community. Black and gold like the Saints. Well, I mean, it would make sense. Black and gold. Okay, so to answer your question, Idoji, I posted on my social feed on my community tab some speed tests I ran at my house. My Cox internet connection is about 120. It's supposed to be about 150. My Verizon connection on my phone is 220 megabits per second down. And then I did not post this on my community tab. The building I'm sitting at right here is on a company called LVNet, and it's 320 down and 300 up. So when I need to upload YouTube videos, I know exactly what spot to go in this building, and I can upload a 2 gigabyte YouTube video, 3 gigs worth of files in just a few minutes. It's pretty insane. The reason we're going to have fast internet here is because there's only 2 metropolitan areas. There's Reno, there's Las Vegas. Other than that, there's not much infrastructure that needs to get built out. And most of Vegas is practically brand new. Been around since 1905. It's not like an old city. Zenny62 is the main person talking negatively on the net. Zenny62, I don't know what they're posting about it. Is that the person that I was told has this negative agenda and they want to completely mess up the Raiders coming to Vegas, and they don't even live in Oakland, but they live in Atlanta and they fly to Oakland and somebody's on the city council? That's what the story that I heard. That might have been you who told me that, Pine Tree. But the nation is fighting because the colors were silver and black. So funny story, back in the day, somebody asked Al Davis if the Raiders were willing to change the colors because, hey, you're a gang sign. And he's like, no, it sells merchandise. So that's where he's at. It is quite iconic. I mean, it would be nice if we had something that was made for Vegas, but the NFL is a giant machine. They want to market. They want to merchandise. You can't really stop that. Bada boom, bada bing. Smoking crack is my thing. Hey, Rex. Crack is bad for you. I don't think the Surgeon General's ever put out a warning, but I'm pretty sure it's true. What's up, Kelly K from SoCal? Hey, just to remind you guys, if you guys want your comment to float to the top, you can super chat me. If not, I'm going to answer every comment every way. I don't have 10 million people commenting. I don't know, are you a subscriber, Rex, or did you just randomly click on my link to tell me that smoking crack is your thing? When my brother was younger, his email was cracksmokingmonkey@something.com. Not literally something.com. So there you go. I got another thing here. So Kelly K, so Super Chat is what, there's a particular Vegas YouTuber who's got realtors on his channel all the time, and he basically hustles for Super Chat. I don't hustle. I'll answer everybody who asks me a question. But it's where if you want your question to float up to the top, you can do that. It involves donating. It's like, if you think I do good, you don't have to donate or tip anything. I'm going to answer every question everybody asks. And so far, gosh, I'm 40 minutes and 23 seconds in, and I've answered every question everybody has asked because I love you guys like you're my brothers and my sisters. Story time. So I think I told this, bottom right. Oh, thank you, HT. I told this in another one where I went and did a live stream through the Aria. Remember when the Crystals first opened, or the Encore Wynn first opened. So my wife and I went to both the grand opening of the Wynn the same night it opened, and the grand opening of the Crystals shopping when it opened. And when we were at the Wynn, we saw Tobey Maguire. This was just after he was out of Spider-Man, and he was super duper drunk. He was at the valet, and he was like doing the thing where you're not really staying still. He's like, I'm Tobey Maguire, I'm Spider-Man. And that was pretty funny. The same day we saw Steve Wynn. I didn't know that Steve Wynn has an eye condition that makes him go blind. So he had an assistant with him leading him around the hotel. I thought Steve Wynn was drunk. Nope, he's just legally blind. And it's amazing that he managed to build those casinos that way. And then when they opened up the Crystal shopping, I remember going over there, and they had free champagne in all the shops, and everything was astronomically expensive. It was stupidly expensive. And I was like, no wonder they have free champagne in the shops. There's a lineup to get into the crystals, and it was funny because it was during the time when the recession was absolute worst. Putting their money all in, they had to do nothing about that. I have a video ready to go on the Harmon Tower, but it's a documentary style video. I don't know if it'll do well on the channel. You should do videos about shopping areas in Vegas other than the tourist areas. So Steve, I've done videos on Seafood City. I did videos on the International Marketplace. I'm going to go into Chinatown, but I already have a few videos like that. They're on a playlist called Off the Strip Las Vegas. So you could, that's a good suggestion, by the way. The entertainment is the main reason I go there. Lots of entertainment in Vegas. You know, they just opened up the Park Theater last year, or was it the year before? Now they have a lot of headliners. Aerosmith just finished. Lady Gaga comes a few times a year. Reba, Brooks and Dunn, Mariah Carey's even coming back at Christmas time to do her album. I'm pretty sure she'll sing All I Want for Christmas Is You. Sorry to drink on camera, but I'm getting parched. How about George Lopez? I want to talk about George Lopez. He gets way into politics. He passed out on the casino floor. Was he drunk, Johnny? Raiders don't need to change anything. Why not just be the Raiders? Everybody knows they're the Raiders. Doesn't matter what city they play in. They happen to play in here. That's great. Rex says, I'm smoking crack, and I was in Vegas. I blew a cool grand on the street before I even hit the casino. Rex is good. I like Rex. He's good for entertainment values. I live in Phoenix. I go to Vegas at least 5 times a year. Thanks for coming, L-Train. That's cool, man. Phoenix is hotter than Vegas, so I wouldn't want to live in Phoenix. Hey, I'll be coming to Vegas in November. Richard, when you're here, let me know. Send me a comment. I'll be doing videos. Maybe we can meet up if you want. Say hi. Hey, Kelly just tested out the Super Chat feature. Thank you, Kelly. You're awesome. I don't know how y'all do it in the heat in Phoenix. Neither do I. And HT says that Kelly is cool. It's a different type of heat in Chicago. Chicago's got that heat. Today a guy from Texas who was like, man, I'll tell you what. He sounded just like Hank Hill. No, he didn't. He was like, the heat in Texas, similar to Chicago, that'll kill you slowly so it knows you know it's killing you. But the heat in Vegas just kills you without you knowing it. And it's true because there's no humidity here. It's generally very nice and cool all the time. I have my air conditioning on right now because it's very hot. Whew. So we got 16 minutes left. Big Mac create agreed. Their nickname will be the Sin City Raiders, which is already a badass name. I think it's a good name. The humidity in Illinois is insane. You're right next to the Great Lakes. That's what you are. We'll talk to my accountant and see if we can write this off as a business expense. If that's the case, send me lots business expenses. If you come to Vegas, make sure you're doing business. You can write the whole trip off as a business expense. I know somebody who comes here, he lives with his wife, she's from Japan. He comes here like 4 times a year because every time he comes out here, he does something related to his business. I don't know how it works in Japan. Apparently business expenses are a big thing. I don't gamble either, Richard. I don't want to. I just can't bring myself to do it. I want to do a video on Vegas, the My Vegas or whatever it's called, because I think it's ridiculous. I went on the app and I started playing around with it. And I'm like, this is just digital crack for people. Like, are they really buying credits and stuff? What clubs do you go to? Definitely think the crack shaved a cool 15 years off my life. Worth every minute, my G. He's like this, 100. This guy's great. Can you comment on all my videos, Rex? If you're not a subscriber, make sure you subscribe and comment on all my videos. You can post that any day. It's pretty funny. Man, it's getting to where I got 14 minutes left. Mobile games are like slot machines as is. They have like skill-based slot machines. I don't play any machine. I don't gamble. I can't bring myself to do it. I make a joke. I'm like, the only game I used to game was the cash changer where I'd put in $1 and win 4 quarters and break even every time. They tell me I can make money if I go on or I can make comps if I go on My Vegas, but I just haven't had the chance to spend a lot of time on it. You know, every time I do a video, and it's like a video blog entry where I actually care. It's not that I don't care right now, but this is easy to do. I just sit in front of a camera and answer you guys some questions and tell you some stories. But when I do like an actual blog entry, first of all, I have to go and get a bunch of B-roll footage, and then I have to import it into my phone or on my PC. And I do a lot of editing on my phone. Believe it or not, some of the more complicated blogs with like transitions and scenes and music, I do those on my phone, and then it takes me time to do those things. So I do that instead of do the games. The one game I'm playing is Dr. Mario on mobile. It came out, and I'm a kid of the '90s, so of course I'm gonna check that out. Oh man, Big Mac Creates asked me if I'll be doing a New Year's video on the strip. Probably not. I know it sucks. I might get a lot of views and stuff, but I probably won't. I'm still a tiny channel. Like, I'm here, and the other channel that banned me from commenting is here, and then you have like All You Can Eat Vegas. He's up here, or Yellow Productions. I just talk about his buffet videos, and then you have other channels up here. I'm not big enough to worry about that right now. There's gonna be so many videos on New Year's on the strip, and it's an absolute bedlam to go on the strip on New Year's. It's just I never gamble. I don't gamble. Kelly says thanks, whatnot. I've never known. That's cool. Oh, I don't gamble cash, but in the perks from the game, food and room discounts. Yeah. Biggest gambling is marriage, my G. Took more loot than my casino. Zenny62 says lives in both Atlanta and Oakland. His mother lives. Oh, that's the one. Were you the one, Pine Tree, that told me about that? How he flies back and forth and he's trying to sow discontent. That's a bummer. I reached out to the news channels to tell them about that. I had one that was interested, but they never got back to me. Is your email address on your Facebook group page? Okay, Michael. Because I also had somebody talking about sending me a Raiders hat. I don't know if they're still watching. I'll wear a Raiders hat. Like, I don't care. The thing is, the black hats get bleached. This is not the one. Oh, there it is. Look. See this hat? I didn't bleach this hat. It's gross, right? That's sweat, and it turns it this color. So I'll wear a hat. White is better, but then again, gray is better because it won't show the sweat. Michael, my email address probably not on there, but I'm on there. So if you want to message me, you can message me from there. If you're on Facebook, just send me a direct message on Facebook. Facebook.com/the Stephen J. Campbell, I think. But you can find me on there. I made a post. Click on my profile, send me a message. You don't even have to email me. We can just instant message each other. The L Train says, I only play live roulette, not the video. I try to locate the zero tables. The best tables are at Paris, Excalibur, and Minions. You don't go up to the Stratosphere? I heard they have good odds on gambling because it's so far off the strip. Key advice for visitors, L Train says, gamble on your last day so you're not tempted the next day. That's great advice. That might be the topic of the whole video. Silver and black, baby. How do people that live in Vegas feel about the Raiders coming to town? Do you want the truth? Or do you want me to fake it? Because if I fake it, I tell you, everybody's super excited about the Raiders coming. If I tell you the truth, I say, I mean, we're happy. There's going to be a big, giant NFL team here. That's pretty awesome. But I don't know a lot of folks that are massively engaged in it, like how they took the mantle up with this team right here. But that's just, we're going to wait to see what happens. Maybe they come in 2020 and they're really good and the whole city embraces them. And I hope that happens because we want to have a champion representing your hometown. They love it. Well, it's either here nor there. I mean, you see some of the Raiders plates happening now, which is cool. The DMV has the Raiders license plates, but it's not. I don't know. We'll see. Let's see what we got. There's lots of Raiders clubs. I didn't know that. That's cool. Does Vegas have a food truck scene? There's food trucks, Ebony Jones, but they have not added food trucks to the scene until a few years ago. The city didn't want them, and now the city has them, and you see them here and there. You go to the like little events like craft fairs and stuff quite often. Hold on a sec. I had something bad in my teeth. I don't want to show you picking my teeth on camera. That'd be gross. So you see them. They go to construction sites. In one of my Raiders videos, there was like 5 food trucks in that one site. I'm probably going to watch more hockey than football. I mean, that's what I do, but that's because I was raised in a hockey environment up in Canada. Kelly says all Vegas love goes to the Golden Knights. For now, we'll see. I mean, the Raiders are huge. I'll give you an example. The team that carries the Golden Knights game is Fox 960, I think it is, or something. And they're a very small broadcaster. And then the team that has the Raiders is, I want to say it's KXNT. They're a 50,000 megawatt broadcast station. That's huge. And if you don't know the terminology, that means they go to Southern California, to Arizona. They're a massive broadcaster. So in terms of power, the Fox station is little and very much Bush League, and the big broadcaster is a big broadcaster. Yeah, hit us up with Raiders names and stuff like that. If anybody's watching and you guys want to send me a Raiders hat or something, you can do that. Just reach out to me. I'll put the link. I don't know how to type a message on this myself. Apparently I can't. Alright, well, this is totally useless. But anyways, yeah, that's what that is. Alright guys, so, getting to 53 minutes. I'm going to get out of here soon because I'll go and do my day. Spent an hour with you guys on camera. Told a couple of stories. Had 21 people, 14 likes. That's pretty cool, and I certainly do appreciate that. If you guys want to send me a super chat, support the channel, you can do that. Otherwise, if you have any questions, I'm going to answer your questions because I love all of you equally. I'm going to keep doing my blogs. I'm going to keep doing those because I like creating things. It's just nice to create stuff. And I wish I had more time to do this full time, but right now I'm doing the hustle and the grind of the timeshare deal. And right now it's really, really slow in Vegas because we have Microsoft over at the MGM, the brand new MGM Convention Center, and they're also at the Sands Convention Center, and they're talking about Microsoft stuff, you know, like how to make your computer even more frustrating to use and crash even more on you. That's probably not what they're talking about. But they don't, you know, they're just not our clients, man. That's all it is. Oh, I got more comments. I think Raiders are going to be a big in Vegas. I think, Kelly, it'll take time for people to kind of perk up their ears and see it, but I think so. As long as they don't black out the games. I don't imagine that stadium's not going to be sold out every single time. HG, I'll wear any hat, man. Send me anything. I'll unbox it on camera. I'll give you credit. Kelly, send me a retro LA Kings hat. I'll wear a retro LA Kings hat because I watched Wayne Gretzky play in Calgary in 1992 when he was still on the LA Kings. And I'm not a Kings hater at all. I don't care. But listen, if you guys ever want to send me anything, you can do that. I'm cool. I'll open it up. I'm super grateful. I'm like the luckiest person in the world. I started this channel. I got 6 minutes left, 5 minutes left for me to wax sad, and not sad, but grateful and philosophical. I started this out in, well, I started the channel years ago, but I didn't post any videos. And then January 1st, I posted like 2 videos. The January 1st, I posted this horrible version of a hyperlapse that it wasn't very great, where I drove from basically Bonnie Springs in Red Rock to the Strip. And then I started posting videos in earnest, and somehow it caught some traction. So now it took me 7 months to get to 1,000 subscribers, and then I have like 1,700 subscribers in a month, and it just blows me away. I appreciate it, Big Mac. I mean, dude, why would you sugarcoat things? There's some good and bad things about this town. Hey, Jerry McLean wanted to say hello. Hello. But if you guys want to send me anything, you can do that. It's info, INFO, at vegas4freenow.com. INFO at vegas4freenow.com. And if you guys send me anything, send you guys something back in the mail. I don't know what it'll be, but I'll send you something back in the mail. You know, my life is all about having a pen on me at any given moment. Hold on. If you're watching this video, you've been here that long, so I think you might actually want to actually do that. Here's what it is. And now my pen isn't writing. I want to write it down. This is the worst live stream ever. I'm writing it down. I can't write it down properly. So if anybody wants to send me anything, you can, and I'll send you something back in the mail from Las Vegas. This is the email address you're going to send it to. It's info at Could you focus on it, you son of a gun? It's info@vegasforfreenow.com. Info@vegasforfreenow.com. So if any of you guys decide you want to send me something, that's cool. I'm going to send you something back that's Vegas related. I don't know what it'll be. Something related to Las Vegas. Because I'm not out here for freebies, but it helps me out. It helps me show that people on social media are really cool. Because let's be honest here, social media gets a bad reputation. You know, social media is demonized by both political parties and the politics, and people will tell you that it eats souls for dinner. And the truth of the matter is, it can. So if you want to send me something, info at man, can I do? Man, I'm telling you, I suck at this job. Info@vegasforfreenow.com. You can send me something and I'll send something back to you. Okay. HT, thank you, bro. I'm trying my best. Or girl, I can't see your icon. Thank you, my friend. Non-gender there. I'm trying to do vlogs, video blogs, like I see people in Asia do them. My wife and I watch a guy named Mikey Bustos. He's from Canada, but he's Filipino and he moved to the Philippines. All right, thank you, guy. And he does really good video blogs. There's a couple of people in the Philippines that are really good. AJ Jordan says, keep up the good work. Thank you, AJ. Thank you for anybody who wanted to contribute to me through the super chat today. I answered every single question. I didn't hustle you guys for tips, so I feel like my hands are clean on all that. And yeah, anybody want to send me something in the mail? Send me a Cleveland Browns hat, send me a Kings hat, send me a Raiders hat. I'll wear all of them on camera, and the email address is right here. Send you something back in the mail, so you get something good from us. info@vegasforfreenow.com. I have an unboxing I have to do. Hey, what's up, J Migs? Man, you came in at 59 minutes and 1 second. I'm ending the stream. I feel really bad. If you want to ask me a question, do it. Hey, thank you, L-Train. I don't do a lot of Q&As. I don't know how they work. I could just wander around the strip with my phone open asking you guys for tips, but I'm not going to do that because I figure I might as well answer some questions. And we're all people, man. I don't mind being pretty transparent on folks like that, but I have so many more stories I could tell. They told me I should found a Patreon and put all the videos I can't put on YouTube on the Patreon. I don't think that is applicable right now. See you, Steven. Got a pack for my Vegas trip. Kelly, if you're here, you want to stop in, let me know. Send me an email. I gave you the email address. But you guys are awesome. Thanks, everybody. We got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. You're the best. 3. Thank you. Please like the video. 2, 1. Info@vegasforfreenow.com if you guys want to reach out. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.